This is game 2 of the Clan of the Hill here on the C server. We had last game COTH win, and nGenMaster has been put in here. Railgun, you have joined me hopefully this time for this game. What do you think of these two players?
Well, I saw nGenMaster play before, and he seems like a really good Zerg. And to be honest, I didn't really like the proxy gateways on the last map because they were just too exposed, and if his push didn't work, he would have lost both gateways, and that would have been terrible. Only being able to produce out of 2 gateways compared to 4 barracks, but it worked out somehow for him, and we'll see how he manages this game. Pylon going out at a weird position. I think he's going to fast expand.
I think so. He could also be just using it for the high ground. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a forge there on the low ground, and maybe even some wall in or something like that. I mean, being a Protoss player myself, you being a sorry, wow, I said that completely wrong. I'm a Zerg player, you're a Protoss player, so we both know a lot about this matchup. We are actually seeing a gateway go down there, which is quite strange, obviously wanting that fast expand. Now, how should a Zerg react to a Protoss fast expand? Like, you're playing as Protoss, you fast expand, what is the worst a Zerg can do to you?
The worst thing Zerg can do, I think, is to put on a lot of pressure, especially with roaches now. It's kind of hard to hold off roaches, or fast roaches, because cannons are so much worse against them now. And yeah, until you get the stalkers up, you'll have quite a rough time. Zealots don't do much, and with the fast expand build, typically your cybernetics car will be a bit late, but it looks like he's going for a standard build and then get the Nexus later.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously he's getting another pylon down there, so he's looking to get maybe the cybernetics core in there to sort of fill out that wall a bit. He's getting a zealot out now, so he's looking to get in that wall going. But we do have Master here going for a speedling build. Sorry, he went pool first and then extractor. So if he gets fast speedlings or fast banelings in there, could that really do damage against Protoss? I mean, banelings really aren't talked about in this matchup much, but if banelings start hitting zealots and stuff, could he bust in and just win this game straight up?
Yeah, that's definitely possible if you get speeding up fast enough. If you can slip by before the wall finishes, that's going to cause a lot of trouble, because Zealots just can't catch up to speedlings, obviously, and then he'll be able to kill. If he kills enough probes, he just wins right away. And looks like it'll take a while longer for that wall to complete, and it's quite a vulnerable wall with the pylons, with that one pylon there. Even if he walls off with additional gateways, forged, or a cybernetics core, actually another pylon going down, and that looks like it's going to be a really vulnerable wall.
Yeah, really late forge as well, to be honest with you. Like, that forge is going down late. Usually you want cannons up to stop lings running by, but, I mean, he's got 2 zealots in that hole now. That's not going to get damaged much. But if he gets enough lings up here, he could be attacking other units. But he's only got 6 against 3 zealots. Obviously, 3 zealots destroys 6 lings. The other thing I want to point out, though, is Master's still on 1 base. He's going for a Roach Warren now. He hasn't expanded yet. I mean, that's very odd as Zerg. Do you think he's maybe going for like a Roach all-in or something like that?
It definitely looks like that. Usually if Zerg gets the Roach on this fast, I think most of the time they will go all in, because Zerg really can't last on 1 base compared to Protoss. But we do see the 4 Zeds moving out, and 7 Roaches on the way. Yeah, this looks like it's a 7 Roach rush actually. And this could be quite deadly, as there's no cybernetics core, only 1 cannon going up, and Zealots don't do very well against Roaches.
No, these 4 Roaches are turning tail and run. 3 of them are almost dead, and these Roaches are going to head across the map. Another Zealot comes in, and honestly the Roaches just completely ignore it. They see the goal, they're going for it. The thing I want to point out, though, is these cannon placements. I mean, until he got that one on the hill, I was very worried about that gateway, but I would not be able to see Roaches hitting any building in here without at least taking fire from cannons. So it's going to be quite hard for Master to break in, but he is also expanding right now. Perhaps lost the surprise of this rush and maybe just wants a contingency plan.
Yeah, he'll definitely lose some Zealots, though. I think if they really wanted, they could get the 2 cannons down, and it's actually in a hold position. This is terrible. He's gonna lose that Roach right there.
Yeah, actually that's a very huge error.
Gonna take some damage on this other one.
Yeah, like, he took a long time to react to that. That's something you really can't afford to do in these games. You can't be losing it. Although we do have a lair starting before even the expansion hatchery started. This is a really, really weird build right here.
Yeah, definitely. I've not seen something quite like this before. Usually Zergs would expand on 14, and then if they see that the products fast expanding, they would try to get a third base up as soon as possible, because once Zergs on 3 base, it's almost impossible to stop.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, one thing I'd be worried about as well, I mean, Master obviously getting the lair, but what's he getting it for? I mean, he's not building any more roaches. They're actually pumping a lot of drones right now, trying to catch up in econ. But could he possibly go for mutas or something like that? I mean, really, I mean, a lot of minerals have been sunk into the Nexus, into the cannons, into the Forge, even into the Zealots. I mean, if he comes in with mutas now, there's really no anti-air at all in his base.
Yeah, mutas are definitely an option, but I think for mutas, he's just been getting gas too late. I think he's only been on 2 gas, and he's been on 2 gas for quite a while. Usually, when Zerg fast expand, they'll get 4 gases really fast. I think you can probably talk more about that, but yeah, they usually get 4 gas really fast, and then save up gas for the mutas.
Yeah, definitely, and you usually get speedlings early on as well, because speedlings don't cost gas, and that way when your Spire pops, you can pump out a good 7 to 9 mutas. He is also getting roach speed though, so it looks like he is committing to this roach push here. He's only got 5 right now, so he's changed from an all-in to like a macro build here, so interesting change. I mean, throwing his opponent off, I mean, it's forcing him to make 5 cannons, which is huge. He's got 4 zealots, 3 stalkers. He's making a lot of units. And if you check the income tab real quickly, I mean, he's on 43 to 35, but that gap should be a lot further apart, in my opinion, seeing as the Zerg took his base quite late. Also want to jump in here. This Nidus network's
he's
going up.
rapidly catching up though. It's already 40 to 46 and still making more drones. Yeah, and his overlords are already in position. This could be very difficult for Kobo to hold off. He doesn't have vision everywhere in the space, so he won't see the Nidus going up in time.
Yeah, definitely. He could drop it back sort of in the top right of his base. It looks like he's just going to drop it right next to his hatchery. He has got 5 stalkers coming forward to do a bit of harassment here. My question is, though, he's going to have to go into this nice network with some units. Now, he's going to need, like, more roaches than that, I'd say, to really do some damage in the main. I mean, he's got 4 zealots. He's got the stalkers that'll make it back to his base fine. Actually, he's picking off these stalkers as they run across the map. That's a bit of a blow to Kobo, perhaps overextending himself, losing some units this early on without really any damage done. Yeah, this nice network.
So we've been talking about the Zerg a lot, but it looks like Kobo is going to transition to a 6-gate push.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we do see the Nidus popping up on the right side of Kobo's base, and he doesn't see it at all. I think he's not no reaction coming, so he obviously doesn't see it.
Out of his line of
Stalkers
sight.
are in the middle of the map, and this is going to be terrible.
Yeah, he's going to pop out roaches in his base. I mean, we do have 7-gate actually going up right now, and he will have warpins happening, but he's going to be halfway across the map. These roaches have come out right in his main mineral line. He's going to do so much damage here, and when these units come back, he can simply retreat. He can target this Nexus down and do a lot of damage. Instead, he's going for pylons, which is interesting, but honestly, he's not pulling units back. Kobo is pushing forward. Do you think that's a smart move at this point, or should he be going back to defend his base?
Oh, Kobo's going straight for the Nidus network. He's going to try to snipe the Nidus network before all the units come out, but looks like he didn't make it in time. He's going to engage the roaches now in the base. And in most cases, this means that he will lose all his units right here. All the stocks and zealots, they're up the ramp. And nGenMaster's now pulling the drones back. And it looks like, I can't really tell. It looks like both players will come out even right here. But Kobo did lose a lot of drones and some pylons in his base.
I think Kobo needs to really kill this Nidus network and do a lot of damage right now to really stay ahead in this game. Yeah, he's losing drones in this Zerg base, but he's really hasn't killed any tech structures or anything like that. But if you have a quick look at Kobo's base right now, he's got no power on most of his buildings. There are still roaches in there doing damage, and he's just powerless pretty much. He's not able to do much at all. There are still two stalkers up. These will die. There's a nice drone wall there. And honestly, I think pushing forward there and trying to go for the base was a huge error. That Nidus network is still in his base, and roaches can pop out and do damage to these gateways, even turn them offline with these pylons. What do you think if you turn these gates off? Do you think that would cripple him? Do you think that would be almost GG pretty much?
Yep, I think definitely. There's not much he can do. He's trying to build some cannons on the low ground, but he's basically lost his main. He's down 4 warp gates, unpowered, and yeah, he really didn't do much with that push out and lost a ton of units. I don't think he'll be able to come back from this.
Yeah, I agree. I think that will be game right there. Even if he does sort of cannon up in there, he can take out everything in his main, and he's left with very little down here. In fact, he's not even doing that. He's just going forward for the win, pushing forward, killing the cannons. Probes come out here, but honestly, there are just a lot of roaches there. They do burrow and pull back up so they don't get surrounded, and they do pop back up and start killing probes. Should he throw it? This is pretty much GD, don't you think? Should he just give up? Or do you think he still has a chance in any way?
No, I don't think so. He's trying to get up. Yeah, we do see a GG coming up.
Yep. So that will be game, and nGen will take the second game, and it will be 1-1. Pro will have to put forward their next player to play against Master, who just showed very good building of roaches and then moving them across the map, as I think Refallen would say something about roaches being overpowered. Still, well played, and we will jump into the third game as soon as Pro do pick their next member.